G'day everybody. Now I'm going to go out there and quickly suck up the back there. I've cleaned up all the back rail today. That's what the vacuum's out. A little pluggy muddy. It's got some water in there, so I'm just going to quickly clean it out. Now the babies are pretty much finished up. A little bit of laid out there. And then quickly clean it out because some rainwater will come and rain, and then I'll give it another quick clean, but get all the muddy water out. Pretty much cleaned it 95%, and then whatever gets in there the next few days, because we're about to receive some rain here. I can clean it out and then cut the back there and silicone it so the guys can get this pond all ready for them, so they can have a little dunk. It's like, yeah, it's hot. So we get this pond going. And so what I wanted to talk about too is why do we water sometimes on rainy days? Well, if you got hard ground, it's still good to advise that you end up watering on rainy days.
Duke's back.
Duke.
That parrot.
Oh, Duke's back, everybody.
There he is.
Oh, g'day, buddy.
He saw me.
Pick up.
He saw me walking and he flew
You want to go get a little
right
extra
over
food?
my head. The sunflower or the mix? He likes sunflower.
Yeah. And a little bit of mix, won't it? Hey, buddy. You hungry? Yeah. What to do? I'm going to put a little bit of food out for you. I think you'll come back and say hello. You didn't call him, did you? So you can get more food? Because I know. Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. He's flying around.
He saw me. He flew over my head right
Yeah.
at me.
Yeah, I know. He just did it to me.
Hello. He's fine.
Now, we've talked about Duke before. We believe he had a previous owner. Now he's about to come out here. About to come out and vacuum. And we've got Duke's. Wait a little bit longer. See if he turns up. As nature is more important than getting things done when it comes to things, but it also is good to get things done, definitely if it's for nature and things out there for us. There's a little balance between, getting things done and taking the opportunities in certain areas and stuff like that. Now, you little fellas, he went over there.
That's the way you came from.
Yeah.
From flying right over me. Tweet it out.
Now, those type of birds can be taught to steal jewelry and all sorts of things. People have done. Comes to certain parrots and their abilities to do things. A bit like monkey thinking. And some intelligence. Anyway, I'll give that a minute. If you don't turn up, come back out here and just finish off. So I was just talking about at the back here. Rose is going good again. They dry out a little bit from the heat. That's why I'm going to make sure I give it a good soaking. Back to why would you re-water when it's about to rain? Stones out. Do it. Now some of that what do you call it? No more gap. Didn't really stick pockets. So I'm going to make sure it's really clean. Because it come a little loose at the bottom. Not because of the water. Anyway, it's going to be redone over. And I'm sure I'll get the problem this time and make it so it can stretch a little bit. A little cover gap there. Anyway. Back to why we would water when it's about to rain, because sometimes it's hard, the ground's very hard, and when it's going to rain, it might just rain just for a bit, like a lot of water might just run off and it doesn't really soak. So if you want a good soaking, and definitely if you've got areas like this where it's concrete and it takes a bit of rain, a lot of it channels down, as you can see it does, it channels down into along here and puddles up a little bit, fills them up, which is good. They can fill up even better, depends on how you design. But if they're just little areas and undercover and stuff like that, it's good to give them a little water, just a quick one, and then when the rain comes, it'll guarantee you. So if you like to do that kind of thing, water, when it comes to water. Grass is pretty good. Just when it comes to certain plants with roots that go down deep, you want to get the water to go down deep, you give it a water. So I'm going to water this little back here, the tree a little bit, as I haven't watered it for a week or so. It's starting to get a bit dry, so it's a good time to give it a quick water now, and then let it soak in. And when the rain comes for the next few days, it'll give it another good water. So I'll just put a little stream on it, I'm going to water some of the roses at the front pretty quickly. And they should be good for another week or two in this heat, no worries. So what I'll do is just look out, guys. Let's have a quick look. How dry it is, eh? Before we do such a thing. As it does get water on. And see here, it's actually not too bad because I've been water on it. So, it's pretty, yeah, it's a bit dry but a bit moist, so it's not too bad. So I'm just going to give it another quick water, why not? Just a little bit of this tree, I'm making sure the tree's nice and soaked, so shoot back and not dry out. So I was going to do it before I looked at the weather. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a 50-50 too, how much it's going to rain here, as we're in a valley. And so what I'll do is I'll give it another quick water, and then that'll be good. What do you reckon? Let me know in comments what you would think. I know a lot of people out there would say that's the stupidest idea ever, just let the rain do it. You're going to waste your water. And in a way, you could be right, depends on how you want to gamble with the weather. Huh? But if you want things to be guaranteed, and wants a little water, if you've already been using water, to guarantee something to be nice and watered, definitely if you're in an area where it's covered up like that. Once it gets in there, it's going to, and the deeper it is, so thick and deeper, it might be a bit wet at the top, but it's still really dry bone underneath. So to get that area nice and wet in a time where it's very hot would be a good thing. And that'll allow the roots to get in there deep, and they'll have to have water when it's warm. Hey guy! Oh, you saying hello to him? Still flying past. Yeah. Anyway, have a good one. And yeah, see if we can get some rain later on tonight there, I reckon. And have a good one. Yeah, Frankie! Frankie's going to do his daily scream. He does it a lot of times, actually. Don't ya? Yeah? Yeah? You say hello to everybody? Now, looks like Duke is going to miss out, but the guy's got a little extra. What do you reckon? Did they send Duke? Did Duke know something? Does someone else? Here's one for the tarot readers, hey? They like to be right out there. Did someone send an animal to watch and stalk, and knowing me, I would feed again? Huh? So if you watch my channel, you could do that. You could send an animal that you've trained to do such a thing. It's amazing what you can do, eh? And people do all sorts of things just because they can and for a laugh. But anyway, enough of all that. They're just theories. You just live, you just do your thing, you say hello, put out what you can when you can. You know you're given opportunities, so when it comes to God, if you found out that bird was starving and died and didn't come back, well, you'd go, well, that wasn't good. It must have been a bad bird or something. God didn't give you shit, right? And so you just keep on trucking, right? And go, well, obviously he didn't. He probably has a home. Probably has an owner coming here to say hello, right? Doesn't really need to eat, right? As some birds do sometimes. And that's how you keep trucking, you know. Go, oh, it didn't come back. And if there was a bad energy out there, right? It's people do. They go, oh, the bad energy got me. Oh. I've talked about all that, right? Learn all about it, talked about it, and then once you've done that, g'day buddy, there's Magpie, then you move on. Right? That's called going through an issue. It's like getting to have friends and that, the real friend. You'd have to go through fights and stuff usually, right? Unless you have a good life and never go through one, it can happen. But usually you go through things to find out who's you really there, who's your friend, who's your family. Right? Thanks guys. Yeah. And why things are happening and so on. He's looking right into it, isn't he? Like I said, you get to a point where when you like to see you can do something like this for nature, Then, if you got spare money, you can go out and have something to eat yourself. Wouldn't that be good to see around the world? Wouldn't that be a cool country? Seeing a lot of people do that in that country. You'd see plenty of plenty, wouldn't you? Instead of seeing them catching them, culturing, you see them capture them every now and then to handle areas, and they can release it right back into the area too. They don't need to capture it and release it somewhere else, or they could if they want to in certain outcomes. But when the land of plenty, you'll be seeing them getting captured and neutered, or some stuff in their drink. There's all sorts of ways to make sure that they don't produce and just do little areas to help keep numbers down, so you can get to a point where you wouldn't have to cull. Not saying you wouldn't. In some cases, you can collect them up and use their feathers and their bones and all that kind of stuff. When they're old, you can euthanize them. You know they got problems. Everything you still got to get used in the end, and you can in the end too. It's how you approach it first time before you go to use it. And then you can use that story too, as people like, to sell your product. That your product is a righteous product. It was done righteously, just like how they do fruit and vegetables and food organically. If you raise a bird and then kill a bird, straight away half its life when it's a baby because it's better or something like that, you're doing something for profit that is not righteous. Would you like to be done to you like that? If it had to be done, always think about that. If it had to be done, would you like that to be done to you? I bet you wouldn't. But you let it happen because you believe you can do it and you are doing it. And money's the thing, isn't it? And it makes you not think about things. True? As you go on your holidays and splurges and have fun. Get your mind off, allows you to heal, doesn't it, that money? But anyway, have a good one everybody, and see you later.